Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then combine the butter and water in a saucepan over low heat and bring it to a simmer. As soon as the mixture begins to boil, dump in the flour and the salt, remove it from the heat, and stir vigorously with a wooden spoon until it combines. Once that paste is smooth, put the pan back on the heat and continue stirring the dough until it forms into a ball shape and pulls away from the edges of the pan. Remove the pan from the heat once more and set it aside for just a minute or so to cool. Then add in your eggs one by one, mixing until everything is combined and glossy. Then put the dough in a piping bag fitted with a plain half-inch tip, and then pipe about 3 to 4 inch long lengths of dough onto a parchment papered baking sheet. Then bake the eclairs for 10 minutes. When the timer goes off, don't open the oven, but reduce the temperature to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and continue baking for about 20 minutes more until the eclair shells are golden brown. Make sure to chop up your chocolate and prepare your ingredients before moving on to the next steps. Now, combine the milk, cream, and vanilla in a saucepan and set it over medium heat. While that's starting to bubble, in a separate bowl, whisk together the sugar, egg yolks, cornstarch, cocoa powder, and salt. As soon as the milk begins to steam and bubble around the edges of the pan, remove it from the heat and pour half of it into the egg mixture, whisking it constantly. This is called tempering the mixture. Continue adding small amounts of the warm milk and cream until everything is completely combined. Never stop whisking, otherwise you could end up with scrambled eggs. Next, pour the tempered cream mixture back into your saucepan and heat it again over medium heat. Keep whisking. After a few minutes or so, the cream should begin to bubble, and at this point you can feel free to dump in the chocolate shavings and whisk it to melt. Once the chocolate is mostly dissolved, take the pan off of the heat once more. Then add in your butter to make it smooth and combine until it's all melted. Cover the pastry cream with cling wrap, making sure to press the cling wrap all the way onto the surface of the cream. Let it cool to room temperature and then store it in the refrigerator until it's ready to be used. To begin your ganache, pour the milk into the saucepan and heat over medium-high heat. Once it starts to bubble, remove it from the heat and pour it over your chocolate shavings. Allow this to sit for 30 seconds to a minute untouched, and then begin to mix it from the center out until it is fully combined and creamy. Then add in your butter and your peanut butter and mix it again until everything is melted down and combined. You can pop the bowl of ganache into the refrigerator until it's ready to be used. Once your eclair shells are cooled, poke 2 holes in the bottom of each shell with a toothpick or a skewer. Do this even if you're not filling them right away so that the trapped moisture inside doesn't cause your shell to become soggy. Then, put your pastry cream into a piping bag fitted with the thinnest nozzle that you have. Insert this nozzle into one of the holes and slowly press the pastry cream into the eclair. If you hold the eclair shell in the palm of your hand and lightly apply pressure with your fingers, you will feel it slowly start to fill up. Then, rotate the eclair to fill the other side, and repeat. Then, use an offset spatula to top each one of your eclairs with a peanut butter ganache. To add an extra design element, feel free to pop the remaining ganache into the bowl of a stand mixer and whisk it on medium-high for a few minutes. Then, you can put it in a piping bag fitted with a nozzle tip of your choice. I used a large star tip in my example here, and then you can pipe on a fun design. You'll want to serve your eclairs within a few hours of creating them, otherwise the pastry can get a little bit soggy. If you want to make all of the elements in advance and then fill them up the day of, you can, and you can keep the eclair shells out at room temperature in an airtight container. The rest of the pastry cream and the ganache can just go in the fridge until you are ready to use it. Then all you have to do is add some Reese's cups or peanut butter cups, add some salted peanuts, and you are ready to eat them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video and check out my blog too for the full instructions and recipe.